Hello, I figured I would just do a general daily reading for today. Yeah, just to see the energies and basically just see what's going on and try to help some people maybe. So, let's see, where do we want to start at? We're still in Libra season, so I'm thinking light air first. And we're summoning good energies, so we're going in a clockwise motion. So air, fire, water, earth. Good and positive energies. And I think I'll light the spirit candle too. Please, Lord, please give us a good reading, positive energies, a balanced perception. Help this reading to heal others and guide them on the path that you would wish for them. Love and light, love and light. And I love my fill in a tarot deck, so we'll use that. I'm hoping everybody's having a wonderful October. It's a very interesting year this year. 6 of Cups, children, looking at the past. The Hermit, reversed, resisting, looking inside of yourself. 3 of Swords is heartache. 4 of Swords is meditation. The Fool, having faith. And the 7 of Swords, being sneaky or stealing power back. Nine of Pentacles, the Wheel, 8 of Pentacles, and 7 of Pentacles. The Moon, and the 8 of Pentacles. I think the first one was not actually the 9 of Pentacles, it was actually that 7. 5 of Swords, and the Moon. 10 of Wands, 5 of Swords. For those of you who know what the cards are, that's why I'm calling them out, because usually shuffling, you can get a good feel of what the actual energies are just by looking at what you're getting while you shuffle. Absolutely nothing is ever a coincidence. The Sun and the 10 of Wands. Especially during tarot readings. This one is the one that feels like it wants to come out. This one doesn't have any feeling, but it's like sticking out. Judgment reversed and the Sun reversed as the challenge. The 8 of Pentacles. The 10 of Wands reversed. The Fool. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. The Hanged Man. the High Priestess. Seven of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles. Three of Wands reversed. Three of Swords reversed. Bells are supposed to bring in good energy. I want to get a singing bowl. Or a Buddhist bell bowl. I don't know what they're called. For meditations. I love those things. My church uses one. Four of Swords and the Moon. Now, since there's two threes here, I'm going to pull another energy line. Just don't know where I'm going to put it. Because there might be another person involved in this situation. If there isn't someone else involved in your situation, sometimes it will just come out like the same energy, that the same basic message that's happened before. And Temperance underneath. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Six of Cups, and the Six of Swords. Sometimes I've read for people and they've asked for multiple lines, and the same exact message basically came out in the other energy line, and I'm just like, okay, maybe we have to ask specifically, you know. And it worked. That worked when you ask specifically. Okay, like this is going to be this person and this is going to be this person. Please show us. That works. So, in our past, we have the Ten of Wands reversed, either laying down responsibilities or responsibilities becoming too much of a burden, too stressful, and so much stress that it actually starts to affect you physically. I know whenever I get too stressed out, my back burns, my chest hurts, and I get a sick feeling in my throat, and yeah, it's really, really horrible, and it can be extremely crushing if you don't take care of it. It can be immobilizing as well. There are such things as panic attacks, and they do feel like heart attacks, and they can be very scary. So if you are, or if you were extremely stressed out and you're like getting panic attacks, please try to get help for that. There is help out there for those things. Make sure it isn't actually a heart attack, and try to relieve some of that stress. Just take some time out, take a walk in nature, or do some meditation, some deep breathing, maybe some aromatherapy. Yeah, pet a kitty on your lap just for a little while. Actually, purring is supposed to be a benefit to your health, which is amazing. So in our current situation, we have the Judgment card reversed. Can't do this with one hand. All right, we got the Sun crossing, and then we have Judgment reversed. So Judgment card is a life lesson card. It's a major arcana, our first one for this spread, and we've got quite a few. The Judgment card is about a new life, and it's also about judgment, of course. It can be where a rebirth has happened, like the Death card comes along and shakes things up, and you have to go through this transformation of cutting away the old and starting this new path, this new life, a transition into a new way of being, a new way of thinking, a new what is it? A new lifestyle, something like that. A new relationship or the ending of a relationship, a new job or the ending of an old job or something like that. And the rebirth actually is the Judgment card. That is where you are called up to this new life and it starts actually happening. So when the Judgment card is reversed, this new life or this transition into this new life is actually taking a long time, but it is still moving through the process. It's still moving forward, it's just taking a while. Or the energy can be where you are resistant to this new life. You are resistant to the change. You're having trouble stepping away from the old, even though it's like dead and, you know, it doesn't serve you anymore. You're still having trouble like stepping away from it and beginning this new life that's there for you. So it can be one of those two energies. As a reversal, they can always be one of two energies. The Sun card reversed as a challenge. This can be indicative of, well, let's do the Sun card itself. The Sun card itself is a Leo card. It can mean stepping out of your comfort zone and stepping into happiness and joy and stepping away from what the routine of what the day-to-day is and getting out there and doing something new. It can be that situation. I've always used this as an analogy, but it can be a situation where like your entire family is at a barbecue and everybody is eating and drinking and happy, and it's just like this wonderful time of peace, joy, and happiness. But underneath the surface, there's all these family strife and issues that nobody's talking about. It's like the elephant in the room, it's the dirt under the rug, and it's the skeleton in the closet. But on the surface, everybody's just like having peace and just enjoying the moment and kind of just like stuffing everything down just so you can have peace and happiness and joy. So, when this card is reversed, it means that those things that have been swept under the rug are coming to the surface. They're being revealed. Or it can be that those things are going deeper into, like, the abyss. And you're ignoring them completely, and you are sticking your head in the sand about reality. What this card can also mean emotionally is about the same thing. You might have some really deep inner issues that are coming to the surface, and you can be extremely sad and upset and depressed about them. And all of these feelings are surfacing. They're not being pushed away anymore. And you're kind of trying to resolve them. Or, alternatively, you can be stuffing them down farther and completely ignoring them and not, like, working for your own best interests. At the foundation of our reading is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is about work. It can be putting one foot in front of the other each and every day and trying to do the same thing day after day after day after day. If you look, this woman has like 6 pentacles up on her windowsill, which she has made already, and she's still going about sewing another pentacle, and she has one more pentacle on the floor in front of her, and she's just like pumping out all of these pentacles day after day after day. The same thing day after day. Kind of like nose to the grindstone, just do this. It can also indicate inner work, because pentacles can represent 3, sometimes 4 things in your life. It can be your spirituality, it can be your finances, it can be your sense of stability, it can be your health. And as the Eight of Pentacles, it can be that you are working on one of those things just day after day. You can be working on your finances just day after day and focusing on that. You can just work on your spirituality and really, really dig deep and just work on yourself and your emotions and just like figure things out internally day after day after day. And it's just that kind of energy. It's just like really focusing on something and just getting the job done and working, really, really dedicating yourself to it. Kind of like a self-mastery type thing. Discipline and, yeah. So at the top of our thoughts, we have the Fool, which is faith, having faith in God. And it's upright, so you're not being foolish. It is a major arcana card, which is another life lesson card, just like the Judgment card and the Sun. This card is about having faith in God, feeling a sense of adventure, feeling a sense of just giving things to God, letting God handle it and moving forward. Like you might be down here just doing things day after day after day and then just having faith that everything will turn out all right. And that is the sense of the Fool. It's just the beginning of an adventure, having faith that everything will be okay, even if things don't turn out as you plan them to. Even if things don't turn out, you know, seemingly okay. You have faith that it will all be in your best interests at the end, even if things are kind of like rocky at the moment. In the future, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. The Ace of Pentacles is a new start, a new beginning, a new opportunity. It can be financial, spiritual, health-wise, or career-based. And when it's reversed, it can have two meanings. It can mean either that there is this missed opportunity that has come and gone, which I don't see that. That's in the future phase. So it could be just that this new opportunity is taking a very long time and you're getting like impatient about it. You wish it would hurry up. And it might be a new job offer, a career offer, or a new start to your health and well-being. That kind of thing. So what this energy here can indicate is people are transitioning through Scorpio already and really ready for this transition to go through is what I'm seeing. And they see that new start and they're really impatient for it. They really have faith and they're putting their nose to the grindstone and really moving forward with themselves, releasing what they need to release and taking responsibility for what they need to and moving forward. Some people might still be resistant to it. Some people might still be having a whole lot of trouble and haven't done the work, and now they are doing the work required to move through this release, and it might be really a big struggle for them, but they still have faith. They are still like kind of still walking in that faith that everything will be okay, which is good. It's a really positive reading. Even if there are struggles going on, it's still like moving forward in a good way. Which is good, huh? This is Desi, my whale shark. She's got spots and stripes. So for this energy line, we have the Hanged Man, which is the energy actually between the, I just got like a pain in my back, weird. The Hanged Man, which is actually the energy between Libra and Scorpio. If you are a cusp between Libra and Scorpio, whether or not you are a Libra who has a cusp on a Scorpio or a Scorpio who has a cusp on a Libra, this is your energy. This would be your cuspy type of energy. And the Hanged Man is all about healing by looking at things from a different perspective. It's all about sacrifice, self-sacrifice, in order to heal a situation, heal yourself, to take your ego away from the situation and try to see things from another person's eyes. But yeah, that is a life lesson path for Libra, Scorpio, Cuspers. And that is the energy for this. We're starting out with that. And how people see this energy line, this person, or this is the environment for that person, is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is a highly intuitive person, a person who knows a lot of things, just knows them deep down, and is able to empathically connect with people. Someone who can be psychic, someone who can be a tarot reader, someone who can be just know things. They know the good and the bad of the situation. They know how to trust their intuition. And so yeah, this is how you might be coming up to people. Like, this is the face that people see. This might be that energy that you are giving off. Or this could be the environment around you. This could be a person in the environment around you, or how somebody else is affecting you. In the emotions, hopes, and fears is the Seven of Swords. It's understandable as a fear, someone tricking you, someone trying to steal from you, someone deceiving you. This card has a lot of different sides to it. It's a complicated story. It's about, and it's actually come up in a bunch of readings. This card is about, the two sides to the story is that there's this thief who lives in a town, and the town is being set upon by an army. And the thief goes out to the army and steals all of the swords from the army and tries to stop them in that way. But he does get caught. And he does, yeah, he gets caught and it's bad for him. But he does steal the power away from the army. So it's about trickery, it's about deception, it's about lies, and it can be about someone who's being those things, just flat out being deceptive, lying, cheating, stealing, infidelity, scamming, all of those types of things, all of those horrible things. So it can be that, or it can be someone who is stealing power away from someone else who is going to hurt them. So it can also be about stealing your own sense of self back. And those are the two sides to the Seven of Swords. It can be about empowerment and stealing yourself away from someone else, or it can be about lies, trickery, deceit, and deception. And a lot of people don't say those two sides. They just assume that it's always deceit and foulness. So, in the outcome, we have the Nine of Pentacles, which, gives me hope that this card is actually more about empowerment and stealing yourself back away from someone, rather than actual lies and deception and deceit. The Nine of Pentacles is a wonderful card. It's about independence and financial stability, feeling very, very stable emotionally, spiritually, and of course, all of those things. Yeah, it's just about an independent person, whether single or in a couple, and someone who feels just very stable and grounded and very happy with what they have. It's not quite the Ten of Pentacles, and they might feel like something is missing, but they still feel extremely happy and independent and able to support themselves and just, yeah, very happy. So for our second energy line, not our third, is the Three of Wands reversed as our starting energy. The Three of Wands itself is an energy of waiting for your ships to come in. The first wand is about inspiration, the second wand is about taking action towards that inspiration, and the third wand is about waiting to see the comeback from taking action. And when this is reversed, it might mean that you might need to go back to the planning stage of the second wand, the two wands, in order to see what you want to come in. Or it can simply mean that what you want is taking a very long time to come in. If you aren't seeing, like if you put in some work, you put in effort, and you're hoping that whatever you're inspired to do will come forward, you might need, but it's not, and you're getting impatient, which is an energy here, you might need to go back and rethink how you actually took action towards your inspiration. If you didn't quite plan things right, then you might need to go back and plan things right in order to build a stabler foundation so that what you want comes back to you. As a 3 here, and as a 3 here, it might indicate a third-party relationship which is breaking up. It was discovered, it was found out about, and of course whenever third-party relationships that have not been like agreed upon have been found out, it makes everybody upset. So that is an energy that can be the Three of Wands. Just everybody being upset. There's no collaboration anymore. People don't want to work with you. People don't want to be in the relationship with you. Yeah. And so in the environment and how people see you, with the Three of Swords reversed, I forgot to say the second side to this. This can be that you are seeing your ships come in. You are getting back what you put into it, and it's negative. It's a negative way. It's either that you aren't seeing your ships come in and you aren't getting what you put into it, or you are and it's negative and it's bad. So with the Three of Swords reversed in your environment or how people see you is the energy of heartache, pain, sadness, despair, loss. Can be a very acute feeling of like being stabbed in the heart. You know, it's emotional anguish. I really hate when I see this card come up in readings, but it can also indicate a third-party situation as well. In the reversal, that was the upright version, which is horrible, you know, but in the reversal, this can be exemplified. This can be where your anguish is reached such a point where it's just like unbearable, and you just feel like you're dying. Basically, your heart is like completely and utterly just, yeah, a black pit of despair. Lord help us. Or the opposite end of that energy, the other interpretation can be that your Three of Swords is healing. You are healing from this effect. You've had this heartache, you've had this pain, you've had this loss and anguish, and as time is going by, you're starting to heal from it, and it's not affecting you quite as much anymore. So this is what people might be seeing you as, or it can be in your environment and how like another person around you is feeling. So, in emotions, hopes, and fears, we have the Eight of Cups reversed. And this person has stacked up these cups and is walking away to a firmer footing, a firmer ground. Cups represent emotions, and this card is very much about processing emotions, processing a situation, processing your feelings, processing. It can also be about spirituality and moving forward spiritually. But it can be about walking away from a situation. And so in the reversal, it can be about really, really taking your time to process your emotions, think things through, and take that one step at a time where you want to go to firmer footing and firmer ground. In the opposite way, in the other way where the reversal is struggling to do that, not wanting to process your emotions, not wanting to acknowledge that something's going on and you need to process your emotions and kind of get yourself into a more stable position. Or it can be walking back into a situation that's harmful to you and your emotions becoming more upset. In the outcome is the Four of Swords and the Moon. That has a really great depiction of the Four of Swords there. He has 3 swords above him and 1 sword in front of him, and then the moon is just like the moon. And there's like even the shadow of a crab in the water. That is really cool. And there's the face of a woman in the moon. I really like this card. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see it. Ah, the shine, the shine. It's very, very faint. I hope you guys can see it. It's really pretty. But, so, the Four of Swords upright is about having this Three of Swords feeling, this pain, this anguish, this, despair and hopelessness and depression and heartache and healing from it. It's the upgrade from the Three, of course. The Three of Swords moves into the Four of Swords, and with that progression, you are healing. You're taking the time out. You are meditating about your pain and you are resolving it. You are, as you can see with that picture, he's meditating. He's like in the lotus position, meditating and just going inward, blocking everything out, going inward, thinking very deeply, and resolving the pain. And it's all about thoughts and pain and heartache, and having that heartache, and then just, taking the time out to heal with it and meditate. It can also be about hiding from troubles, but I don't think it is with this Moon card attached to it. The Moon card can be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, and it is also a major arcana card. It's a life lesson card. I always think of this as a Pisces card, but with this indicator here of the Cancer crab here, it seems like it's more of a Cancer card. The moon is indicative of secrets. It can be about deception. but it's like not a purposeful deception usually. It's like things going on below the surface that you really aren't sure about, like unresolved emotions, or not quite knowing how you feel. It can be that confusion where everything's kind of mixed and in turmoil, and you just really don't know what's going on. You don't know how you feel. And the reason it's the moon is because it's like at night, everything's dark, you can't really see anything going on, and all you have is like this light from the moon to work by. And so that's how it can be with like people who don't understand their emotions, people who have deep psychological issues that they need to resolve, and that can be the secret that they are working through. Very deep secrets that need to be uncovered. So with the Four of Swords attached to the moon, it can be that this person is working on those things. They're working to discover it, and they're working to resolve it. And that can also be the Eight of Cups, and why they're doing that. They're taking very slow and deliberate steps to resolve their emotions and to work through their emotions because of this pain, because of this Three of Wands here. It might have been a third-party situation that they are working themselves through. They're just processing everything. And they're healing. They're healing themselves, and they're processing everything. We have a new moon coming up, and that really digs up some deep emotions. So that's that energy line. Someone's healing from something that was a third-party situation, and they're really going through the process, and they're doing a good job. They're probably taking this Eight of Pentacles systematic processing energy through it, and they're just having faith and moving forward. And that's really good. That's really good. So with this energy, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which can be, this is like the slowest knight in the deck. He always gets to where he's going, though, because he plans out everything. Does he? That is Isis's food. That is not your food. Huh. So, the Knight of Pentacles is very methodical, very deliberate, very disciplined, and a great strategist. And so they use careful thought and careful steps to get to where they're going. Very planned out, but very slow. I mean, like extremely slow. Like a turtle or a slug. Seriously. So they may also be taking this day by day with someone, taking their life day by day. And in their environment and how people see them. And of course, Pentacles, I want to say this, Pentacles is about either spirituality, their finances, their sense of stability, or their health. So you might be taking things day by day with your health and planning your steps forward and moving forward in those ways. In your environment, though, and how people are seeing you, is the Knight of Cups. And that's about being balanced and moving forward. If you look, that guy has like a cup in his hand. And it's a full cup. And he's moving forward on a horse. A little bit faster than what the Pentacles guy is doing. And if you've ever been on a horse and you've had a very full cup in your hand, you know how very difficult it is to keep that cup balanced and not slosh everywhere. And so cups represent emotions, of course, and this person is taking their emotions and trying to move forward and not spill them all over the place while he's doing it. So he's trying to be extremely mature, trying to be extremely balanced, trying to be just calm and considerate, compassionate, empathic, loving and caring and kind. So very grounded person is being seen as a very balanced and caring person. It's interesting. In the emotions, hopes, and fears, you have the Six of Cups, which is about seeing the past with rose-colored glasses. And this can be about a lot of things. This can be about children. This can be about seeing the past with rose-colored glasses and wanting it to come back. Not really seeing the reality of the situation and only hoping for the best out of that situation. It's like a very romantic look about the past and not really realizing it for what it was. This person seems to have gone through a lot of pain and a lot of heartache and is processing their emotions and moving forward, healing. And this person may not have understood or may not be acknowledging the pain and hardship and the anguish that this person has gone through. And is like romanticizing the past and what actually happened when the past was actually much worse than what was what this person wants to acknowledge. And that's one side of this card. Another side is children, and it could be children affecting this reading. It can be like children around them affecting the reading and they're caring for them, or it can be that this person's acting childish in some way. Hopeful. It can be hopeful, a very hopeful feeling. It can also be as a fear. Maybe this person is fearing a person from their past coming back into their life. Very interesting. As the outcome, we have the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is cutting off your emotions, basically, from your thoughts. The story behind this card is this person is in a boat, and in the water is a bunch of swords. And the swords themselves are making everything very difficult and making navigating the water very difficult because it's making everything choppy and it's like, an obstruction. So the symbolism behind this, and then the person takes the swords up out of the water and places them in the boat in order to move forward. The symbolism behind this card is that water, of course, is emotions, and swords are thoughts, and pain and anguish and hard truth. So sometimes we can let hard truth or fears and thoughts and illusions affect us emotionally. And so what this person does is they separate the hard truths and the facts from their emotions so that they don't get hurt. They kind of disassociate, or they separate themselves from the issues. They separate themselves from the situation. They become disconnected emotionally from the situation in order to move forward. So that's what they're doing with this Knight of Cups. They're moving forward in a way that is balanced and not immature emotionally, not upset emotionally. it can be a very cold energy. It can be a very cold personality setting. So like you just switch that to like not being emotionally involved in the situation in order to move forward in a mature way. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but as the overall energy for this entire spread, we have the Temperance card. That was under the deck. I don't know if it comes into focus, but it is really a beautiful card. And this angel is alchemically mixing these two cups together. And the Temperance card can be about soulmate relationships, where there are these two very, very opposite and opposing energies of these two people, which are represented by the cups. And you see she has two different colored sashes attached to her hands, and she even has two different colored cups. One is silver, one is gold. And she's still like mixing these two together. And that can be about the blending of the two soulmates. And it's upright, which is very, very good. And it's about, basically the entire reading is about this process through which the relationships of people, the situation itself, is being blended and mixed and healing. It's also a very healing energy, where there is compassion and love and empathy and all of these wonderful things are being used. Diplomacy and, just being used to blend the situation together in order to heal and move forward and, all of those good things. So that's a very good energy to go with, and I'm really happy with this reading. It's very positive. And people are healing and moving forward in a very good way. So, let's see here. Where did I put... I don't know, maybe I'll use my Angel Oracle cards. I really like these ones though. What I usually do after each of my readings, like this lays out the basic situation of what's going on. It gives, the perspective of the people involved, and it gives a little bit of into the future and where people are going. And then after I lay all this out, I like to pull oracle cards for advice and, something, usually it resonates with the people involved and it helps them heal and move forward and move into a good space of where God wants us to go. So that's why I use oracle cards. So, please, Lord, please, advice, messages for the situation. How would you like to see us move forward? Please, Lord, please. Well, there's 3 cards right there, and that one at the bottom. Right, and that one. Alright, so what do we got? Pray always. Forgive and you shall be forgiven. Let go of resentment. I am with you always, even into the end of the world. Have that faith. God is always working in our best interests, even if you don't think so. Have faith in God. And whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother, and sister, and mother, children of God. I love these cards. So, that is the reading for today. And I hope it helps. I hope it clarifies some situations for people. And I hope everything turns out well for all people involved. And if you would like a reading from me, my email is in the description. And I do readings over Skype. I do readings over Facebook Messenger. I can do them live if you want to. If you live in my area, I can come to you and do readings. And I also do readings at events. So if you'd like a tarot reader at your event, just, send me an email and we can set that up. And, yeah, I will talk to you later.